Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. And I come to you from in front of Customs House, a beautiful building here down by Circular Quay. As you can see, it's absolutely glorious, and the flowers out the front in the forecourt are magnificent. And it's reminding us that it's springtime in Sydney. This morning was overcast, it was cool, and all of a sudden the clouds burnt off, it's blown away, and we have a magnificent blue sky. So let's go on a walk and talk and have a bit of a chit chat about a topic that I've got near and dear to my heart. And the topic is entitled, well, it's a book summary actually. It's a book summary called High Performance Habits by the author Brendan Burchard. Brendan Burchard has a wonderful book, a real powerful book called High Performance Habits, and it's a book which is just jam-packed, absolutely jam-packed with gems of information on how to enhance performance and how to get the best out of your life. And it's something which is ideal for anybody of any age, because it doesn't matter how old you are, there is material there are tips, there are hacks there for everybody. Anyway, let's go on a walk and talk and see where it leads us. So what I'll do is I'll head up here to my favourite little hangout, which is the Cahill Walkway. So just bear with me as I walk, and we'll get there. We'll see the magnificent view from there as well shortly. Anyway, the author opens up his book and talks about the interesting thing that I think most of us experience in our lives, and that is that at some point we're all going to lose passion, burn out and plateau. So we're not always going to be flying, we're not always going to be soaring, just like the seagull, and there are times where we're just going to hit a plateau and wonder what we need to do to improve our performance and to take off. Anyway, what Brendan talks about in his book is his mantra is live, love and matter. How good is that? Live, love and matter. It's an important thing to matter to yourself and to matter to other people, to matter to your family, to your partner, to your work colleagues, to your community, to your culture, to your ancestors and to your dependents. So let's go and continue. As I said before, we'll just kick on. And he says something in his book which is very, very powerful, that we all, regardless of what we do, regardless of the challenges we face, regardless of the things that get in our path, regardless of the opportunities that we miss out on in our past, we all get a second chance. We all get a second chance. Every morning when we wake up, we get a second chance, because life commences again, and it basically commences every time we make a decision. So what do you think of that? So he's basically saying that every time you make a decision, at every decision point, you get a second chance. A second chance at life, a second chance at getting things right, a second chance at making the most of the opportunities that you've got available to you. Right, we're in a lift now, so we're heading up. So the author talks about the fact that high performance is a specific set of practices and not a personality type or not a particular person. So it's a specific set of practices that are available to to everybody to master. So it's not only available to a select few, it's available to everybody. So once you understand the practices and you practice them and you incorporate them into your lifestyle, then you can achieve all the things that you desire in your life. How beautiful is this view on this magical day? Anyway, let's continue. But the big point that the author makes about high performance is it's not about achievement. A lot of people get caught up with achievement. He said it's all about alignment. If you align your strengths, if you align your goals with your values, if you align your energy with your tasks and your goals, then you've got a bigger chance of achieving the things that you've got in your target, the things that you're focusing on. So in terms of certainty, he says that certainty is a key for high performance, but it's an enemy of growth. You can't have certainty. You can't have certainty in anything, but you need to be able to take a risk, back yourself, to be able to try and achieve the certain things that you need in your life. And he says that what is better than having certainty and the need for certainty is to be curious, and self-confident, to be able to back yourself and not to depend on things just falling into place based on A, B and C. You know, it's all about creating your future with God's help and through prayer, of course, but to be curious and to be asking yourself the question, what's good about this? How can I get there? What's the next step I need to take to get me closer to my goal? So he also mentions another important point, that high performance is the art of consistently exceeding the standard expectations and results. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy when it's all said and done to be a high performer, because we live in a world of mediocrity where people are happy with just getting by, with not setting high goals or high expectations. So if you're able to do a little bit better than average consistently, then you've got a big chance of being able to become a high performer and exceeding those standard expectations. But the way we get there, according to this author in this book, is that we need to condition ourselves and to strengthen our habits through training. We need to take action on a daily basis. We need to incorporate some practices and some habits, some time-tested habits into our diet, and to ensure that the main thing is the main thing in our lives, and you stay focused on what you're trying to do. But he also says that it's better to be yourself and not to try and mimic somebody else and be somebody else. It's better to be yourself and to focus on your personal improvement and not to compare yourself to others around you. By all means, benchmark yourself and baseline yourself to understand what the standard is. And then what you need to do is then compare yourself to yourself and seek little improvements day by day to enable you to grow and develop and become a better version of yourself, and hopefully step by step be able to get closer to that benchmark and baseline that you've been able to identify, and to one day overachieve those standards and benchmarks and set your own standards of excellence. So he talks about 6 or 7 habits that we need to incorporate in our daily diet. We need to seek clarity. We need to be able to generate energy. But of course, clarity ensures that we are drawn and we're propelled to what we want to try and achieve. And we need to raise the necessity for exceptional performance and not to settle for being average and mediocre. You need to push yourself to become better and more outstanding. He talks about the prolific quality output, PQO, that you need to be able to focus on quality, but also to generate prolific amounts of it so that you are able to generate tremendous outputs. And it's all about focus, it's all about energy, it's all about clarity and knowing what you want to achieve. And he says that you also need to develop influence with those around you and to demonstrate courage. Courage to be able to express your ideas, take bold action and stand up for yourself, and just as importantly, to be able to stand up for others. And the key message is that you need to become effective, because it's only by being effective that you become a high performer. The problem is that a lot of people want to become efficient, and by focusing on becoming efficient means that you'll never become effective, because you'll be timid, you won't put all your resources, you won't throw everything at an outcome, and you'll end up just getting by. So look at trying to overachieve, overdo what you need to do in order to get to where you want to get to, because he says, and this is another awesome point, that a rising tide lifts all boats. And remembering that one good habit practiced over and over again will also help you rise and raise and nurture all your other habits to enable you to align and get the combined compounding effects of all your habits being aligned and propelled together. So that there in itself will give you synergy, so that 1 + 1 will give you a multiple and not give you 2 or 3, but will give you 103. It all depends on how you align, how you gain synergy, and how you build on what you've got. Anyway, thank you very much once again for joining me on Jim's 5am Club on this awesome spring day. It never ceases to amaze me how the day just starts out ordinary, and before you know it, the cloud burns off, the wind blows it away, the sun comes out, and you've got a day which is an equivalent of a 10. You know, today is the closest thing that you'll ever get to a 10, and getting up this morning, you'd think that it was going to be an average sort of day, but you never know. So we need to live with positive expectancy. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, seek to outdo yourself. Compare yourself to yourself, align your values with your tasks and your goals, and just work hard to become effective in order to be a prolific quality a deliverer of quality services and experiences, so that you can lift not only yourself but all the others around you. We're depending on you. You give us hope, and hopefully we can give you hope one day. Yassas, take care from Jim's 5am Club, and I'll come to you again from another location with another message, and wishing you all the very best for the rest of this beautiful, awesome Sydney sparkling spring day. Bye for now. Yassas.